Alright, let's go with video number 2 today. We've got another mail package. You can see I already snipped a corner, so I don't have this terrible time opening it. But this should be 2020 Topps Update Randy Arozarena, Rays jersey. I got it because it looked pretty good to me. You know, I'm kind of hoping this will maybe be a 10 grade worthy from this seller. Does have a picture of the back. I didn't really ask him any questions. Sorry, Kurt. And I am being terrible at updating the seller database, but I will try to go back. The trouble is there's just not a lot of interaction. I just tend to look at things and then decide to buy them. If I was smarter, I would be using some of your methods more. But yeah, $2, so $6 basically for this card. So let's check it out. Oh, that's the desktop. There we go. Oh, top loader. Oh yeah, I mean that was pictured, right? Green tape over Randy's face. He even folded it over so it'd be easy to remove. I mean, it's the little things, guys. That's really cool. I'm gonna maybe mention something about that in my feedback. This top loader sure is flimsy. So, Randy. Sure wish I had a 10 of this card already to compare, but it looks pretty good. I'm going to go ahead and be brave and, man, do I even want to take it out of here? I guess I do, because I'm going to have to self-grade it. I am going to switch over to the microscope, I think, and we'll see, take some pictures of these corners and see what we can do. Getting it out of the top loader. Looks like we're gonna have to refocus. Actually, let me get it on a part of the card that I know will be should be sharp. Sorry, you're gonna have to deal with this like every time I do one of these. It seems like it is. It's like a pair of binoculars that goes out of focus every time you play with it. All right, that's really sharp. So let's start with the top left. And that looks pretty darn good. Top right. I tend to try to put it at an angle to the camera, which is angle 2, to be able to see edge on like that. That looks good too. Maybe a tiny bit poking out on the backside, maybe, but I mean, it looks really good. Not like some of the cards that I have dropped, certainly. So this is interesting. I've seen this on some of the cards close up. Okay, I think that hair just got there from my desk. Yeah. But you can see there's like a little trail on that card there. Like a piece of the corner is just kind of just stuck there. And it makes me think of something a guy said about when it comes to grading. He said you need a really good magnifying glass. And what he did was it's one of those. It's like a magnifying glass with a light ring all around it. That's what he uses, and he said some different tiny pairs of tweezers. And I'm like, what is he talking about, tweezers? But then when I started looking at some of these cards under the microscope, I can see that there is teeny tiny pieces of paper sometimes kind of hanging off some of the corners or edges. And I wonder if that's what he means, that, you know, with the right tool, like this little dealy bob right here, could be safely removed. So something to think about. I'm definitely not going to try it on this card first, but I would like for this to be a 10. It's looking like it could be still. Maybe that little piece needs to go. I'm not sure. This corner is going to be tough to figure out. Even with your eye, it's hard to see this corner, because this is the bottom left. That's not even the tough corner. I was talking about the tough corner. I thought was going to be this one. And you can see it just fine. It just has that little thing coming through. But this is the corner where, like, basically his shoe is coming out. It's like right in the corner. And it looks like the corner's white, but that's just his shoe. Of course, his shoe is on this corner too, but looks okay, I think. You can see that coming up off the desk a little bit. Moving the scope around here a little bit. Looks like there might be a little white there on this corner. You can tell that, you know, dot, 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 and then this is the corner, but there's no ink dots on this corner. So does that mean no 10 for this card? I don't know. I guess I'll find out if we send it in. I'll take a picture of it. There's some other things you can do with the scope. They're harder to do. I'm just going to take it off the screen for a second and try to adjust it without you. Maybe you won't get motion sick if I do it like this. I'm almost there, guys. I don't know if this is going to give us any good information or not. Probably not. It's almost like it's too white. Maybe I can turn the light off. Ah, it's too dark. Well, I'll go ahead and show you what I'm doing. I'm holding the scope at a really flat angle to look at the card really more edge on, to see if there's any damage to that corner, like sticking up. But it's just really hard to see. And the whiteness, this microscope does not really like. It does not like white. Well, that's kind of a good picture right there. I mean, that corner doesn't look damaged to me. That's the one I was looking at before. Anyway, fun with microscopes. Fun with microscopes. I guess I'll leave it there. Try to get Randy protected again. Maybe a 10 Randy. We'll just have to see. And I'll just have to think about that little corner. Do I try to do some surgery on that at some point between now and our grading time? I guess I could look at the surface of this thing too. Let me do that. Let me kind of reset the scope for a more wider view, and we'll look at the surface. using a different card to focus. Sorry to make you motion sick with my focusing. I'm sorry. Alright, I think that's about got it. So let's kind of look over this card. I know it's sort of just kind of like, I don't know, I'm just sort of doing this to maybe I go back over it later. Randy's face. Just kind of looking this card over. Like I said, hopefully I'll do this when cards come in, you know, or when I'm going to grade them. A good close-up of the butt there. And then not touch them anymore. Because if I want to go back and look at something, you know, if I have a recording of this, yeah, that guy's underneath, that's a bad spot to be. I can go back and maybe look at this video rather than having to touch the card again. Not sure what that right there is. That doesn't look like a printing pattern. That might be some little imperfection. Yeah, I can, like, looking at my naked eye, that looks like a teeny tiny speck right there. Actually, I wonder if I can lint cloth that. No. So that's definitely a speck. Maybe like a, I don't know. It's like a white, it's a white dot on the card, and it doesn't look like it should be there. So that's interesting. I almost want to see this card come back as a 9, just to know. Okay, let me rephrase that. I'll try to be hopeful. I want it to come back as a 10, so that then we know something like this doesn't matter. I don't really see much else that might be an issue. Rookie card, like his giant shoes. I mean, basically spying on people in the stands. Like, anyway. What brand sweatband does Randy use? Oh, I actually can't read it. I thought it was going to be like Nike or something. Look at that fancy logo, that big starburst. That's pretty cool. Okay, well that is the Surface too. So that was fun, you guys. Until next time, hope all our guys hit lots of bombs this year.